Picture yourself as someone who comes from a rough neighborhood. You have no money and very little chance to succeed. You commit a crime. You go to jail. You sit in there, you stew, you're being punished. And that's supposed to stop you from committing a crime again. But when you're released, where do you go? Right back to the same situation, the same things that caused you to commit that crime. The American justice system should focus on rehabilitation rather than punishment. We're better off helping these people so they won't commit crimes again than just allowing them to go back into society. Some work has been done to implement rehabilitation, but more work needs to be done. So I would like to talk to you about why simple incarceration of criminals doesn't work to prevent crime, how rehabilitation will help to prevent crime, and how some rehabilitation has already been implemented. Prison is a breeding ground for crime. Crime rates in prison are actually higher than they are outside. Also, it allows convicts to meet each other and sort of creates a network of crime. And when they get out, like I said, they're released back into the same situations where they were when they committed the crime. Statistics show that about 40% of criminals are repeat offenders. When a person is convicted of a crime, when they go into prison, they're evaluated for risk factors, things that the prison system thinks will cause them to commit another crime. There are two types, dynamic and static. Static are things that you can't change, and dynamic are the things that can. Things like economic situation, family condition, criminal friends, and employment status. These are the things that rehabilitation should target to prevent people from committing more crimes. Why is rehabilitation good? It will give people the skills and tools they need to become productive citizens in our world. In some prisons, no, in all prisons, we should be providing education, at least to the GED level, possibly even college, provide work programs to learn skills, teach trades, so that when people get out, they'll be able to find jobs and become productive citizens and lower crime, lower repeat offenders. There are arguments against rehabilitation. The number one argument is money, that it costs too much money to implement these programs to help these people. But think about how much money it costs to incarcerate someone. It costs thousands of dollars a year. So wouldn't paying more money now to prevent them from coming back and having to pay for them again be worthwhile? Also, punishment. People feel that people are going to jail to be punished and that they should be punished. So what I say to that is that they're still being held against their will in prison. They're just learning skills, learning things that will help them when they get out. And are we not better off helping these people and preventing crime? Now, programs that have already been implemented. There are some education programs, some work programs, and training classes in prison, but it needs to become more widespread. In California, Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger signed a bill in 2007 that provided more money for prisons to create more beds and more space, but along with that to fund rehabilitation programs. One of the main programs that they created is something called a re-entry facility. Now this provides for inmates who are re-entering the world walk-in advising for small questions, things like that, case management for long-term, clothing for parole, and other things. So now, rehabilitation has been implemented, but it needs to become an integral part of our system. The United States justice system is not working as it is. We need to make changes. Thank you.